Hello everybody. Back in November 2020 I did a video showing the 25 most expensive items in my collection, and it's proved to be one of the most highly viewed videos on my channel over the years. And with it being so long ago, I thought now is the time to maybe do an updated version of that. I have picked up quite a few records over the last 3 or 4 years, as you can imagine, and I was recently watching Simon over at Explosive Action in Australia, and his fellow countryman Geoff at Mendicant Media. They had done I think their most valuable vinyl. I think Geoff might have done all 3 formats, and it got me thinking. Like I say, it's a while ago since I did my original video, and I thought maybe now is the time for me to do exactly the same. So that's what I'm going to do. Today I'm going to show you the top 10 most expensive CDs in my collection. In part 2 I shall do vinyl, top 10 most expensive vinyl in my collection, and in part 3 I shall do the top 10 most expensive cassettes in my collection. Because you know me, I like to keep my videos a bit shorter. So let's get on with this, shall we? And I suppose these kind of videos, you're always a little bit mindful that some people are going to be think, oh, he's just an excuse to show off what's in your collection. That's not what this is about. That's not what this community is about. I'm sure you watching this the same as me. When I see people showing pieces of their collections, you just think, oh wow, it's lovely to see it. You know, some of it you know you're never going to own, but the fact that someone's showing it you, the physical format, and you can see it there, that's just a joy in itself. You don't have to own it, you know. So that's what this is about. It's not me bragging, not me trying to show off. I'm just showing you some of the nicest pieces in my collection, and that's what we're here for, innit? We're all collectors. We want to see and we want to share our collections with everybody. So number 10, we have got a legendary band from Canada. This is their debut from 1991, put out on Road Racer Records, and it's Gorguts. I forgot to mention, in my original video I made the mistake of basing the price on the highest value, which isn't always really the best thing to do, because you don't know if something's been signed, you don't know if it's a whatever. So I've gone with all the prices, all these prices I'm going to tell you now, the median. I will give you the highest price it has ever sold for, but the median price is really what is the best sort of version to go off, because that's what is the median price that something's selling for. So it gives you more of an idea, doesn't it? So yeah, Gorguts, Considered Dead from 91. This median price is £51.05, and the highest price it ever sold for was on Discogs, and this is all according to Discogs, £99.84. Superb, innovative Canadian death metal. Gorguts, Considered Dead. Number 9, we have got an artist who I have shown before on my channel. You know me, how much I love the filthy, dirty, horrible stuff. I also like the really beautiful and fragile stuff as well. This is Geoff Buckley. Tears from Heaven, Tears from Heaven, Tears from Stars, Tears from the Stars even. This is an unofficial release from a gig in New York, a New Year's Eve acoustic gig. Geoff was quite popular for his acoustic gigs and some of the more eclectic sort of cover versions that he used to put in his set list. Leonard Cohen and Genesis, early Genesis, and the Smiths even. Like I say, unofficial release, Tears from the Stars. This is a median price of £54.87, and the highest price it ever sold for was £91.60. Yeah, a bootleg, an unofficial release from 2000, Geoff Buckley, Tears from the Stars. Number 8, we have got a Aussie thrash band. This is their only full length that I know of, put out in 2020, and that is the band Wartooth. Their release, Programmed Dichotomy. Self-released by the looks of it. This median price, £55.12, and the highest it ever sold for is £55.12. Wartooth, Australian thrash metal, brilliant album. Number 7, we have got a legendary band from New York City. This is a 1995 release. This is a compilation of this band's early demos before they were called Immolation. Some of them are anyway, when they were called Rigor Mortis. Stepping on Angels Before Dawn, put out on Repulse Records. I think they were a Spanish label. Like I say, all sort of demos and early songs by Immolation. This median price, £55.26, and the highest price it ever sold for is £110.35. And quite a few of these CDs were gifted to me by different people. This was sent to me a while ago by the cheeky Cockney chieftain that is known as Dylan, HM2 Powell. That one was sent to me by Billy over in the US. I think he picked up the vinyl version. And the Gorguts, the legendary Jim over in Texas, sent me that a while ago. So thank you for that, guys. And again, another thing that just shows you the amazing part of this community, isn't it? That, you know, people will send you music regardless of its value, I suppose, but music that people know that you want in your collection. Okay, number 6 on the list, a band from Austria. This is their debut full length. This CD release, put out in 1990, features their split LP with Disharmonic Orchestra and the Extreme Deformity EP, and it's one of my favourite bands. Pungent, Stench, their release, For God Your Soul, For Me Your Flesh. Oh, what an album this is. I bought this from Action Records in Preston back in the day. I think it was about like £4.99 or something. This median price is £56.24, and the highest it has ever sold for is £94.80. Fabulous, fabulous album. Number 5 on the list is a UK band. This is their only full length, or the debut full length. I don't think they put out anything else out, if I remember right. From 1993 on Candlelight Records, and that is the band Decomposed, and Hope Finally Died. Superb, dismal, dark, crawling death doom metal. This median price is £60.27. The highest it has sold for on Discogs is £84.95. Brilliant release. I think they've reissued it since this, but obviously this is on my list, so this is an OG from 93. Next, and number 4, we're flying through these. Legendary Norwegian black metal band from 1996, Burzum with the Filosofem. This is the A5 book edition. This has got, it's all in Norwegian. Well, the majority of it is in Norwegian, but believe it or not, I picked this up. There's a chain of shops in the UK, CD housed there, chain of shops in the UK. I think they're still going, cash converters. They used to deal a lot with music as well, and I bought this in there for £2. I'm going back about 20 years maybe now. This is put out on the Misanthropic Eye, is that what it's called, if I remember right? Or Misanthropy. Anyway, it'll be below, as they all are. This median is £67.24, and the highest it has ever sold for is £173.63. That's mental, isn't it? Okay, where are we now? We are number 3 in the list, and one of my favourite albums of all time, from 1992. This is put out on the Earache, and this is an Earache Relativity release. The one and only album by Carnage, Dark Recollections. Filthy, dirty, horrible HM2 soaked death metal perfection. This, like I say, is the original pressing on Relativity and Earache. This median price £74.41. The highest it has ever sold for is £135.28. Matty Karki, David Blomkist, Fred Espy from the trio from Dismember. We've got Johnny there, who had a brief spell in Entombed, and Micah Mott, went on to be in Carcass, and obviously Arch Enemy. Fantastic, fantastic album. Number 2, and my favourite band of all time. I've given that away, haven't I? From 1989, this is their debut release on Peaceful Records, and it is the monsters that are Autopsy. Their debut, Severed Survival, like I say, put out on Peaceful. One of the greatest death metal albums ever written and recorded, in my opinion. This median value is £76.45. The highest it has ever sold for is £252.80. I love Autopsy a lot, but that is a lot of money, isn't it? That's why we're going off the median price, because it doesn't normally sell for that. It sells for around 75 quid, like I say. But yeah, Autopsy's debut, Severed Survival. And the number 1 CD in my list, from 1991, German thrash metal, probably the most well-known German thrashers. This is their second album, put out on Noise Records, and it's Pleasure to Kill by Kreator. Fabulous, fabulous release. Just aggressive, nihilistic thrash metal. This has sold for £78.21. The median price £78.21. The highest it has ever sold for is £142.20. Just a fabulous, fabulous album, and quite a surprise really that this was the highest in my collection. That's another thing that's quite nice about doing these, because as you're looking through, and there are a few items that really sort of take you by surprise. I'm sure I got that off eBay for probably less than a £5. Same as a lot of these. I mean, I've had that since it came out, and I've had this one since it came out. But even like that Geoff Buckley one, that's prices, I think I paid £2 off eBay or something years ago. You know, when maybe collecting wasn't really a thing. So that's it, Kreator. Pleasure to Kill is my number 1. I am going to show you one more, and this is because this is the most expensive CD related item in my collection. It is a box set. It was recently gifted to me. It's the Grave Death Unhallowed box set, put out in 2010 by Century Media. 12 CD set, and a DVD. The median price for this is £85.87. The most it has ever sold for, the highest, is £107.34. Like I said, I'm not going to include box sets really in this, but because it is the most valuable, and I'll do the same with my vinyl as well. I won't include box sets, but I will show you a box set at the end. Grave Death Unhallowed. That in the background, we have been listening to Church of Disgust, their debut album, 2014. Excuse me, dropping that. Put out on Memento Mori, a US, I think they're from Texas, if I remember rightly. Church of Disgust, that's what playing in the background. I hope that has been of some interest to you. Like I say, I really enjoy seeing some of the finer items in people's collections. So I hope you've done this. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I would have enjoyed watching somebody else do this. I shall be back with a vinyl next, and I'll do my cassettes. But until then, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. It is always appreciated. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.